Hi Polar, especially for you, your superhero is there. I saw your comment under my video and you asked about raycasting, right? So, okay, I'm gonna use the first person example once again. We're gonna actually recreate the character itself first. That's gonna be our first task in it. So let's delete all of those above. Stick input and spawn projectile as well because we don't need it. We just move this away and delete all of those. Right, so we have only the basic movement stuff. Yeah, right. Okay, so now when we press fire, we're gonna go for the LineTrace channel. So now whenever we press, it's gonna run the LineTrace. Okay, so now let's select our camera and let's get world location, and it's gonna be our start. And now let's get rotation again, get world rotation, and now get forward vector. Yeah, like that. And now multiply that, not add. Okay, multiply not by a vector, multiply it by a float. So the float is going to represent the length, so let's say for example 5000, and now let's add both of those vectors together like that. This is going to be our end. Should it compile? Yeah, actually in the previous version, not the last one, but I don't know which one, it was like that you have to create an array. So make array, I'm gonna do it like I did it earlier. So let's get self. Okay, it's not actually necessary, but yeah, I like it. And yep, okay, so now draw debug time for duration, so which is gonna be 2 seconds. Compile and save that, and now hit play. You can see it's gonna throw the line, but it's not actually in the place where the crusher is. So let's enter our HUD, and actually to make it perfect, it's gonna be like we need to add all of those and tweak them a little bit. So let's say it's like almost there. Let's say 8. How will that be affected? Oh, it's gonna be more on the left, so let's say -8. Compile and save. It's a little bit more accurate, -5. Let's say here 8, or maybe 5. Compile and play. Okay, testing. So instead of plus, we can actually make -5, but whatever. Okay, now it's good. I like it. So now, okay, we have the LineTrace working, so let's close that up. And now the out hit, we can either break it like that, or you can actually right click or split it. So we have everything we need. So let's say out hit, block hit, blocking hit, or whatever. You can make a branch asking if anything was hit, but you can skip that and you can actually out hit component or actor. It depends on what you wanna achieve. And for example, you want to highlight this. So actually let's find our material, or maybe create another one. Let's make material, and it's gonna be basic material, and enter that. Let's make this a constant, my godness, free vector. That was so bad. And let's select the color, like, okay, it's gonna be white, for example, at a basic. And okay, let's make a constant here, metallic 0, roughness 1, and that's it. Save that. It's gonna take a while, as usually. Okay, so now let's actually select matching selected classes. No, actually select. Same with with same material, exactly. That's what I wanted to achieve. Now let's select this and put it in there, so it's all on basic material now. And now let's create another one. Let's duplicate. It's gonna be basic to whatever, it doesn't matter so much. and it's gonna be the highlight one. So we'll give it a emissive color. It's gonna be vector parameter. It's gonna be like emissive color. Let's say multiply, and let's say a constant, or not a constant, actually not a vector parameter, which is gonna be the which one? Color parameter, exactly, which is gonna be the power in this case. So actually change that and make duplicate, which is gonna be the color now, and it's gonna be the base color. Let's say like this, and actually copy its code. Okay, let's put it into in here like that. Okay, so now let's multiply it. This is gonna be our emissive color. Let's see what's gonna happen here. 0. So let's say default value 3, for example. Okay, you can actually change that to make it a different color, but you can actually make it like this, so it's gonna be shorter. Because now it looks better. So let's say power of 20, which I'm gonna change. It's not gonna be the standard one. Now it's shiny, you can see. Okay, I'm gonna leave that on 20. So what for are the actually color and power parameters? I'm gonna show immediately. So okay, I'm gonna close the basic materials, and I'm gonna create an instance. And I don't care about a name. Now let's say I'm gonna create another one, which is gonna be named with a color code like green, for example, or maybe basic material inst, like that. Okay, and now let's open this up, and as you can see, I can change those values, and I named it green already. Let's change. Okay, you can see like power of 15, for example. Save that, close, and you have another one. And depending on something, you can change to different colors. So let's skip that, and now let's get back to our code. So let's compile it for that moment. We're gonna actually disable the visibility of the line tracing. And now, okay, in this case it's a component, so it's not an actor, I suppose, right? Or am I wrong? It is an actor, actually. Okay, so now let's cast to static mesh actor and cast fail. Let's say print string, for example, and it's gonna say cast failed trace static mesh actor, for example. So it's our debug thing. And now, as we have our static mesh actor, we're gonna promote it variable to use it later. So let's say, for example, mesh reference. It doesn't really matter. And okay, we have our static mesh actor. Now let's set its set texture. Can we do it like this? No. And why? Material. Set material. Yes, exactly. Static mesh component. Yeah, like this. Oops. So now it's gonna set our material. So element index is always like everything here is actually one color, and if something has multiple colors, you can see the element 0, then it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, etc. And you give the index in here which materials should be changed, so we can change only a particular element of the object. So now we select the material, we can actually click on this and click on this arrow over here, so it's already added. And let's see if it's gonna actually work. Compile and save that. Let's hit play. Yep. So now it's highlighting. And now let's actually make it a little bit further. So now let's say I'm gonna actually do it like this. Move it away. Yep. And okay, this is our reference. And now let's say a branch over here. And now Get material, static mesh, move it even further away, element index 0, and then say equal object, and let's say we can actually add it from here, so it's gonna be green, get material green of okay, exactly. So if the actual material matches the green one, if not, it's obviously the white one. So let's compile that and save. So if yes, then we're gonna actually, we can create a function out of it actually, but we can skip that because it's a small code like this, and this, let's add a target. So if it's green, then change it to basic material. Actually, I'm gonna add it like this, basically. If true, if false, change it to green. So compile and save that. Let's play. So you can actually light up and disable that lighting, as you can see. So this is how you use the line tracing for the actually object to make it highlighted. I hope that helped you and wish you best luck. Cheers!